Good evening, students. Today we'll discuss the topic sales meeting. The learning objectives include introduction to the topic, how sales meetings are planned and staged, and the various types of sales meeting. So let's start with the introduction to the sales meeting. So before moving ahead, I would like to reinforce why sales meetings are required. So to discuss the importance of sales meeting, I would like to quote the theory of motivation given by the Herzberg. Herzberg said that there are two set of factors that motivate the employees, and these are the hygiene factors and the motivation factors. Hygiene factors are those factors whose fulfillment results in the lack of job dissatisfaction, but not the job satisfaction. So these hygiene factors include supervision, fringe benefits, expense, reimbursement, compensation, etc. But apart from this, there are some motivation factors that reflect one's needs for personal growth, and it includes achievement, recognition, the nature of the job, responsibility, and opportunities for the promotion. Uh, these motivation factors represent needs that, when fulfilled by the organization, leads to the job satisfaction among the employees. So the sales management uses the mechanisms for stimulating these needs, and this mechanism is termed as sales meeting and sales contest. So here we'll be talking only about the sales meeting. I'll take up the second mechanism, that is sales contest, in the other lecture. Now coming to the sales meetings. So, sales meetings are just a gathering of the employees at one place, and it is important for two things, that is for communication and for motivation. Um, as most of the salespeople, they stay in field, means for most of the days they stay in field, so they hardly communicate with the other people in the organization. So this sales meeting present a good opportunity for them to have communication with their peers, and it also acts. It is also gives them gives an opportunity to organization to motivate their employees to perform better. So, uh, how meeting are planned and staged. To understand this, we need to understand the five components that are required for staging the meetings, and these are aim, content, method, execution, and evaluation. We'll discuss these in detail in the coming slides. So, what is aim? In planning any sales meeting, it is important to have clearly defined objectives. So clearly defined objectives are the underlying purposes, and this includes to communicate and motivate. So the various objectives of meeting could be to improve the quality of sales force, to orient salespeople on the advertising program, to increase the effectiveness with which um, sales personnel use their time, and introducing new services for the customers. So, in setting a meeting specific aims, the effective executive answered three questions. First one is, are these aims clear and attainable? Second is, are they realistic in terms of time, audience, and other conditions? And third is, will the probable results justify the estimated cost? As even means conducting meeting in have some related cost. So while deciding on the aim of the meeting, we need to justify whether this meeting will be able to justify the cost that will be incurred later on. Next is the content. So determining a meeting's content is a matter of planning its agenda. An agenda can be defined as a list or an outline of things to be considered or done during a meeting. So, uh, for example, it will depend upon the situation that the company is facing. For example, the company's competitor is about to introduce a fantastic new product, and the company sales personnel have a high level of anxiety. So in this case, the meeting that will be organized will be having an agenda such as what we know about the competitor's new product, what you should do and how, and what we think the trades the reaction will be and why, and how to means face the reactions of the customers. Third thing is the method. The method used in conducting a sales meeting depend upon the aim and content as well as upon the time available and the meeting place. So most local sales meetings held rather frequently and are short and participative in nature, and consequently group discussion is generally used, and regional or national sales meeting are held less often. So the method of meeting to be used depends upon all these factors. Next is the execution. So the execution phase, that is the second last E in the ACME approach, that is aim, content, method, execution and evaluation, is of key importance to the meeting success. So the seasons are reached on the speakers, who the speakers will be, who will be the seminar leader, where is the meeting site, and what will be the time. So apart from this, still other execution decisions contribute significantly to a meeting success or failure. So, and the most important decision that has to be taken care of is of room arrangement. So most sales meeting, because of their underlying purposes of communicating and motivating, require active participation by the attendees, and the conventional classroom is set in most educational is set up for the lecture methods. Um, to stimulate participation, departures from the conventional arrangements are necessary. And the four most popular type of room arrangements used in the sales meeting is herringbone. Then we have this U-shaped, inverted U-shape type of the arrangement. It could be the seminar or British square, are the workshop type of arrangement. So we could use any of these popular type of. So next is evaluation. The evaluation phase is most of the time it is neglected by the meeting planners, but it is quite important, especially if management desires to improve meeting effectiveness. So the basis for evaluation should be whether the meeting accomplished its aims. To determine this, the participant feedback is necessary. So this evaluation phase is quite important to increase meeting effectiveness, and it can determine whether the meeting accomplished its aim. Feedback from the participants is quite necessary, and sales meeting evaluation form is important. So we could ask the participants to fill a sales meeting evaluation form, wherein wherein we can ask the questions like whether the salespeople whether the seminar leader was having the complete knowledge of the subject he was talking about, whether he present the subject practically, whether he spoke clearly, um, and whether he respond to the questions to the satisfaction of the participants. Then we could ask number of other questions such as what is the most important thing they have got out of this meeting, and how the meeting could be improved, and anything else they would like to add in. Next is the methods of meeting. So we can undertake many methods of meeting. The first one is the national sales meeting. National sales meeting, as it is clear from the name, are the one that are undertaken at the national level. And there are many advantages in holding the national sales meeting. So the first one is that sales personnel meet informally with their counterparts from elsewhere and they learn from the interchange of their experience, because earlier the sales personnel, they are confined to their their given territory. So during national sales meeting they are like having an opportunity to meet with their counterparts from the other parts of the country, from the other parts of the markets, and they can informally gain from the experiences of each other. And on finding, during these discussions they may find out the other face and solve similar problems. They might be encouraged to find their own solutions. And meeting home office personnel should result in better coordination between the office and the field. So as the size of the national sales meeting is quite large, so it generates the enthusiasm among the participants. And if these kind of meetings are held nearby the factory, so there it then it provides the opportunity for product training and to acquaint salespeople with the technical manufacturing details. Despite so many advantages, it is not free from the drawbacks. So there are many drawbacks as well. It is difficult to find a convenient time for all sales people to attend unless the product line is seasonal. So national sales meeting are not possible until and unless products are seasonal in nature, because otherwise it is not possible to bring in so many salespeople from different areas to one common site for one meeting. Company routine is disrupted and competitors may cut into market share while salespeople are away. Let's say the meeting is organized at a central point in Bombay, and the people who will be reaching out from the far-flung areas, they have to devote a week or so for attending the meeting. So in such a time, their competitors may gain advantage by getting the market share. However, more aggressive selling results from the national meeting should more than compensate for any temporary lapse in the sales coverage. So the second type of sales meeting, if the company is not going for the national sales meeting, then it can go for the regional sales meeting. So this is a trend away from the national and towards the regional sales meeting. There are a number of reasons for this. Instead of the field sales force converging upon the central office, headquarters sales executives and personnel attend the decentralized meetings, reducing the total travel cost and lowering the lost selling time. So each regional meeting have a program designed to emphasize unique problem of one particular region, and the small attendance should increase participation time per person who's attending, because it is not possible in case of national sales meeting. Much time cannot be devoted to one particular participant, because a large number of participants will be attending the national sales meeting. But as compared to the national sales meeting, here the number of participants will be less, because it will be from a one region only. So more time could be devoted to a particular participant. So it is again, this regional sales meeting also has some drawbacks, and these are: demands on executive time may be excessive. Consequently, top sales executives often rotate attendance among the regional meetings. So um, in regional sales meeting, all the top executives might not be present, because they have important things to do. So in particular regional meeting, some of the top executives will be present only. The smaller percentage of the top management in attendance depreciate the meeting's importance in the eyes of the staff. And because total attendance is smaller, developing a spirit of enthusiasm is more difficult as compared to the national sales meeting. Then third is the local meeting. So local sales meetings are conducted weekly or bi-weekly by the district sales managers, and it often lasts for 15 minutes or to several hours. The strength of the local sales meeting is its informality. So herein each of the salespeople have an opportunity to pose questions and to state their personal views, which is not possible in case of regional sales meeting or the national sales meeting. So local sales meetings are a kind of occasion for the salespeople to get together, become better acquainted with their peers, and strengthen group identity. And then we have another type of method that is called remote control and traveling sales meeting. So certain form of sales meetings retain the national sales meetings advantages while reducing its cost and time expenditure disadvantages. And among these forms are meetings conducted by closed circuit television, sales meetings by telephone, sales meetings at home, or at the traveling sales meeting. So we'll be discussing each one of these in detail in the coming slides. First of all, let's discuss what closed circuit television. So you can have an idea of closed circuit television meeting from the picture given over here. So closed circuit television enables a company to hold several sales meetings simultaneously. So the program is live at one meeting site and is telecast to others, thus retaining much of the inspiration value of the live show without incurring costs and losses of the selling time. So televised sales meetings are appropriate for companies with large sales force or large dealer organizations. So many of the companies use these meetings to introduce new product or launch national sales campaigns. Second type of remote meetings is the sales meeting by telephone. So telephone conference calls are used for small group meetings and discussion. So herein the group is not more consists of not more than 20 members. It helps in saving time and the money. So here in these means these meetings are small group meetings wherein the sales manager welcomes the group and opens the discussion, and it is guided by two rules. First one is that only one individual talk at a time, and second is speaker identify themselves and their cities. At the end of the call, the sales executives give a brief summary. So third is sales meeting at home. So in order to reduce the time and cost of sales meetings, some companies just mail recordings or printed materials to salespeople at their homes. So one format is to record an executive conference or meeting and to provide salespeople with the cassette copies. And the another is to print an illustrated script of a home office meeting for distribution to the salespeople. Executive using these formal print point to three advantages. First is salespeople receive the information at home free from any distractions. They can review the information a number of times they want, and there are savings in time and money. And last type of remote meetings is the traveling sales meetings. Certain meetings requires numerous physical props. For instance, a manufacturer introducing a new product line may want to display and demonstrate each new product. So it is difficult in this situation to stage regional meetings because the displays must be transported to moved in and set up at each of the several sites. So some companies overcome this by outfitting motorized vans and trailers with product displays and the conference rooms. Thus, the sales meetings move from city to city, and at each stop, salespeople or the dealers come abroad. So, this is the last type of the sales meeting. Thank you so much, students. We'll meet in the another session to discuss the another topic. Thank you so much.